Hi, I'm Captain Grant Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
All right, the tides are low. Um, Heading south every morning, I see on the right hand side of the ICW those white pelicans just working up and down. There are fish in there when the water is above 50 degrees. And for the most part, it is. Now, when I was coming out 2 days ago, the water temperature was below 50 degrees. It was 49 degrees. And all these fish were right here on the drop off. And you could see the brown pelicans diving right on this west drop off. But as that temperature rose, those fish moved up into the flats. Now, you can't run your boat unless you've got a real skinny boat from the ICW to the west. So you got to come down here, maybe get in one of these little side channels, come down, get in here, and then you can kind of come back in here, shut it down, and make a drift through these pelicans, brown pelicans, white pelicans that have all been in here. But what I've noticed is it's just a mixture of redfish and black drum with an occasional trout. Live shrimp's what we've been catching them on. Now that we finally have a winter, I know the Texas winter is usually pretty mild. Now that we're approaching February and we're going to start getting some of our colder cold fronts, start coming back here in the canals, come back into the ski basin, fish all these little fingers. They are insulated and they have fish in them. But the fish aren't everywhere. You have to find the bait. What I like to do is just put the trolling motor down, put my down sounder on, and just look around. Because you'll find the edge where the bait is holding on, and then that bank will just be solid fish. So just be nice and quiet through here. Put the trolling motor down. Kind of find where the bait is. Find where it's holding before you stop and waste a lot of time. Because the wind pushes these fish back in here. So really what you got to do is play with the wind, play with your bottom reader on your transducer. Make sure you're looking for thermoclines, looking for different pockets that might be one finger might be a degree or two warmer back in here where there hasn't been much water change. And these fish usually get blown up against the windier sides. Okay, just like it did south of the causeway, north of the causeway sometimes has better opportunities. Starting about right here, there's a little gut that goes back and it runs all the way into the bolt hole. You come here just south of the high lines, you've got the yellow sticks where the pipeline crossing is. And then just north of the high lines, you've got about 3 or 4 little drains in here. And with the shallow water, just anchor or power pull down upwind, up current of the drain, and just throw some shrimp in there. And as that water heats up, those fish are going to come up out of the ICW and try to get in the flats. They may not be successful in getting the flats, but what they feel is that north wind blowing, and they feel the bait coming out of here. They feel the warm water coming off that flat, so they're going to come up into this little drain, all these little fingers, and try to get warm. So they'll be tucked right up into that drain, and live shrimp's the way to go. All right, over here, kind of between Point of Rocks, backside of the Badlands, we've been catching good numbers of black drum in here. Typically, when that north wind's blowing, I like to come in here, catch black drum all through this. It's kind of a natural gut. You can see it on the map a little bit right here where you come down. Live shrimp's been the best, and if it's not too rough, if that north wind's not blowing 30, I can come over here to Point of Rocks and fish the rocks, and been getting good numbers of trout, mixed black drum, and an occasional redfish or two. Down here around Black Bluff and on over to White Bluff, I know I've been putting these two places in my report. The north wind has been blowing. I've kind of been staying away this week from these two areas. Just I know they're good, and the fish have been biting over here, but man, it's been cold. I didn't want to run all the way down here and fish these two spots. But when the weather permits me to come down here It's just a nice, easy day of fishing. I don't have to work real hard. I'm going to come back with a big box. You can come down here and drift with popping corks. You can power pole down up current of the rocks. You can fish the drop off with a low tide. There's so many opportunities down here. As long as the wind's not cranking 30 miles an hour and just going to freeze your butt off coming down here, you'll be fine. I actually don't mind it being a little chilly, but not 30 mile an hour. That's a rough ride to get down here and fish this South Shore Baffin. You know, you just get beat up. So on some of those nicer days, and when I say nicer days, I mean still got some overcast, still got some cloudiness, maybe just a little bit of north wind, and you're going to have a good day down here, White Bluff and Black Bluff.
Captain Grant Coppin, thanks for watching.